What's up, guys? It's your boy Just Fit Fletch back with another video. I'm a little scruffy today. I need to go get a haircut, shave a little bit, or get a little trim. I'm done shaving. Retired life. But it's your boy Just Fit Fletch back with another video. I'm going to 2025 was what a year for at least for me, because it's the year obviously I retired this year. And I kind of want to go over what I think I did right and what I think I did wrong this year, and some lesson learned with a year in perspective, and what my goals are for next year. All right. So, started out the year in Diego Garcia, a little island in the Indian Ocean. Great place, great command. Pretty cool command in my Navy career at. Came back, spent a little time in Virginia to transition out. Then I came to Indiana, Illinois, going back and forth between the two. Stayed with family members, trying to find a job. And this was the first time. So this was my first mistake, right? One of my first mistakes. I thought I wasn't taking enough. I thought how do I put this? The time I took to find a job, because I feared that not having a job I would not be making enough money to support myself. And I've never really not had a job since I was 14. So not working and just pretty much living off my retirement, I feel like that wasn't an option. So I kind of rushed into getting a job because I felt like I needed to work. And I didn't pick my first job. The first job I got hired for, I didn't pick that one. And that would have kept me in Diego Garcia. Another job had me working at U.S. Steel. So perspective, I would have got a job working in Diego Garcia. It was going to be paying me about $60K a year. I mean, like, 60K is not a lot of money, but a lot of that money I wouldn't have been paying for housing, barely any food, no utilities. I really wouldn't have any bills, so I would have been pocketing like 99% of that money. So 60K, and then taxes. There's a tax law. I think if you make less than 105, it depends on the tax law. If you make under like $100-something thousand a year, a lot of times for government contractors overseas, a lot of times your entire thing is like tax free, at least federally anyway. So I probably would have pocketed most of that money. So I didn't take that job because, for one major reason is because I knew the place. I knew it was a good job, but I wouldn't have had no social life other than just the people on the island. And you get this thing called like island fever, where you just get stuck. And I just didn't see myself there for. I don't know if mentally, I don't think I would have been okay going back to the island and working there for years, probably on it. But it was a promising job. The next one was U.S. Steel. They were offering me about $220K a year. So, but it was once again location. It was in Gary, Indiana. I want to say I had the job, but I didn't have the job because they didn't want to send me any type of offer or anything until I physically came there and saw what they did. So I just backed out of it because they didn't want to send me an offer, and I didn't want to guarantee anything until I was back in the States. So we were kind of like, you know, going back and forth at it. So, and it was in Gary, Indiana, which I don't know. I don't know anybody near Gary, Indiana. Um, so I kind of would have been, out there on my own. Um, the closest relatives were literally 3 or 4 hours away, in both directions. So that wasn't a go. Um, another job. See what else job? Another job was working for Sharp Electronics. Um, I kind of had that job. They wanted me to get another certification, which I could have got, but I was like, nah, I'm good on that one. Um, so turned that one down. And then finally, I settled on this job working in Speedway, Indiana. Really good company as far as paying wise. Um, the pay was excellent. I was, yeah. How much was I making about a month? I was making, um, and this is like on top of my retirement pay and stuff like that. So I was making extra. So, 3, 4, 5, about $6,000 extra a month on top of my retirement pay. Working at this place, which was amazing. Um, so, but the issue with that place, and that was like my fourth option. So I rushed into that job because I turned down all these other offers, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna take a chance with this job and see what happens. And I did take a chance because it was a maintenance, I thought maintenance electrician job, and I was like, all right, cool, I can do troubleshoot some things. Turns out I wasn't doing any electrical work. It was more maintenance on pieces of equipment that had really barely any electrical components. It was mostly gears and piping, and it was valves and stuff like that. If you're an engineman or an MM, maybe a GSM, and you're looking for a job that makes decent money when you retire, Linde, Linde in Speedway, great job for you. Great job for you. But for electricians, no go, because they have contracted electricians that do all the electrical work, which I didn't know before I got hired. So I wasn't doing any electrical work. But they have a third party electrical contractor that comes in and does all their electrical work for them when things go bad or when they need something installed. So that was that. So I started that job and I did it for almost 3, 4 months, which seemed like a long time. The issue with that job is that it was, I had to get used to clocking in and clocking out for everything. I kept forgetting to clock in and clock out because in the military you don't clock in and clock out. So I kept forgetting to clock in and clock out. Also, they watch your time, your clock in, clock out, like down to the minute, and people were getting fired. The threat of being fired from that job was ridiculous, right? So there was really felt like there was really no job security there, because you're late 1 minute this day, and then another day, months later, you're late again. Within a year, if you get I think it's like 6 points, 6 or 8 points, they fire you. So you get what they call pointed out, which I didn't quite understand that portion because I just didn't like the culture there. And then the second part was um, the hours. So they had me working third shift, which I thought was going to be good for me because I was going to go, all right, I work at night, I go to school during the day, get some rest, and it'll all be good. Turns out that you only get, I was working, um, pretty much Sunday to Saturday every week and only got 2 days off every 12 days. So work 12 days, 2 days off, 12 days, 2 days off. So you get 4 days off a month. Um, and that was it. And then working third shift, you're pretty much sleeping all day, getting up, doing what you got to do, or doing some schoolwork, and then going to work. Really no time for, a social life. So can't do that for too long before I lose my mind. Might as well be on deployment or in the military. And I did. That's not what when I retired, I wanted to enjoy life a little bit. So I was like, I can't do this. So I quit that job. But before I quit that job, I had a buddy reach out to me about a contracting job as an instructor in Great Lakes. I knew the job. I knew the location well. I didn't know the job, but I knew the location well, and the qualifications was pretty much aligned with my military career because I'd been to all the schools that they're looking for instructors for. So I was like, all right, cool. So I quit that job, and the real reason why I came to the current job I'm in as an instructor is because I get my weekends off. It's just a Monday through Friday job, and no weekends. So the weekends are mine. It's 8 hours a day, no overtime. It's A to B, and that's it. And it gives you more time for yourself. Now, you got more time, which means less money, right? So the pay is not as great as my previous job, but it is enough just to have a little extra money. But it's kind of going for peace of mind and just mental clarity, I guess, when it comes to a job. So now that's what I do as a instructor, teaching people what I did for 22 years in the military as an electrician. It's pretty cool. And another reason why is because it keeps me close to what I'm familiar with, the military. So that kind of that helps. But I would tell people this: don't pick the first job, the second job, the third job, the fourth job. Just take your time. Figure out what you actually want to do with your life. Do you want to make more money or do you want more time? Because a lot of times you can't have both. You get lucky enough to have both, good on you. But a lot of times it's either or, right? You want more time, it's less money. You want more money, you got less time. I don't think there's really any job shortages out here. If you got the qualifications and experiences, you can get whatever job it is. There was only one job that I didn't get accepted for when I was applying for jobs, but I think that interview was botched, but from the jump, and it wasn't on me. It was on them preparing for the interview. So they had the wrong people in the room interviewing me, and no HR. It was not good. But yeah. So what I've done this year, so I've retired from the military, had on my second job now, I completed 3 college courses. Currently working on the fourth and fifth one. They would have been done, but due to Christmas break, holiday break, they won't be done till next year. So that would be almost five college credits. I got my retirement. I got a little bit of disability coming. I got a job that I really enjoy doing as an instructor because it the pay's not that great, but it does give me purpose and it gives me freedom to have more time for myself, which is the things I wanted. My focus right now. Um, let's see what else. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't sound like a lot, but it's a lot to retire from the military from overseas, come to Indiana, move to Indiana, have a job, quit there, semi-move to Chicago, which is where I'm at right now. I haven't quite moved. So my next goal is to move out of Indiana into Illinois, get my stuff that's in Indiana to Illinois, so I can get settled. Because right now I'm driving almost 2 hours back and forth to this location because, yeah, it's the closest place I can live is 2 hours away. So it's it was a lot this year. It was a lot, and it's more to come. I'm looking forward to coming up to next year in June, where I'll be a year out, a year retired, fully retired, which is going to be in perspective. Uh, just thinking about that, uh, that's that's it's gonna be interesting. Being retired, um, you really I understand what the kind of sort of understand what the struggle is, because now that you're retired, you got to really find your own purpose, your own mission. You're not somebody else's mission or somebody else's purpose. You really got to find your own purpose in life now, that you're retired, and set set some more personal goals, because now you don't have somebody dictating, hey, for 6 to 9 months you're going to be here, doing blase, or for 4 years you're going to be stationed here, and another 2 years you're going to be stationed here. You got to find all that on your own now, which is really interesting. Um, but I'm making my way. I'm making my way. My goal next year is to continue college, to get as much of that done as possible. My goal in life, even though like right now, because the way the economy is, the way the job markets are, is to get my bachelor's degree. And now, most companies aren't even asking for bachelor's degree. They're just looking for experience and if you know how to do stuff, and maybe an associate's degree. But my goal in life, personal goal in life, was to finish my bachelor's degree, to get a bachelor's degree. So that's what I'm gonna do. Get my bachelor's degree. It'd be nice to find, a better half, a person that actually likes me for me, and not somebody I'm trying to chase. That'd be cool. 'Cause I'm done chasing. I can barely run, so I'm done chasing. Um, so that's a goal, and maybe I think I'll probably hopefully take an actual vacation, go somewhere, and enjoy the that whatever location that is. And we'll just see what 2026 brings us. Um, it's gonna be real fun, exciting. I'm excited. Um, that's about all I got, man. Um, so yeah, another goal, pretty much the next few months or a month or two, is really get fully qualified here, this new job, um, and start doing what I do. But I don't know if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns. Also, I'm thinking about starting a like an online business. Um, I've got some ideas, um, either like a VA disability claim assist, right? Because all my disability, how I got what I got, not high, but I got what I got is because I used AI, um, and was able to um, you know get the right information to file a claim and things like that. So I'm thinking about doing that to help out other veterans that are transitioning out of the military. Um, that might be cool. And obviously, I'm probably going to charge just because it's a lot of time doing it. But I'm not going to charge you like I've seen some places charge like thousands of dollars, more than what you're going to get compensated for to file your claim. I'll probably do it for like $150, um, something like that, um, just because it takes time. Um, but we'll see. I got another that one. I got like 3 or 4 ideas, little side hustles I'm working on, and anything's possible now with artificial intelligence and things like that. So I'm working on some things. I'm just not trying to just work a job to make money. I'm actually, moving and shaking using this um, 22 years of experience of know-how and what the Navy gave me to leverage, and what retirement has taught me to leverage my next move. Whatever it is. But I think I'm done. I think this post has been long enough. I'll holler at you. It's your boy Joseph Fletch. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please put it in the comment section. Once again, also, please like, comment, subscribe, share with a friend, not with a hater, if you will. And I'll catch you on the next one. I don't know if I'm gonna make another video, but I don't know when the next video is coming. But if you look out for it, it'll be there.